Perry from Richmond has ventilation vexation.
Yeah, he's buying a house that needs new shingles. And so Perry writes, I got several quotes, and one contractor suggested a solar power vent because my roof doesn't have enough ridge. Here's a picture of it.
Yeah, it's a small ridge.
Yeah, that is tiny.
Yep.
So I'm just curious, you couldn't run ridge vents down these
Yes, you can.
Aha.
They do have hip ridges.
Okay.
I shouldn't say hip ridge, hip vents. Because you have a ridge vent and a hip vent. Okay? So just a hip vent.
So this house would be really hip.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Anyway, he says that I've heard you say that vents are a waste of money. You don't like them. And in this situation, he's wondering if this is different. What's your advice?
Every situation is different. I'm not going to say I don't like them. I think in most cases they're sold a lot when they don't need them. If you have ridge vents, soffit vents, and you have what you need, and then somebody puts a solar vent on there too to make a few extra dollars, it's just defeating the whole purpose of what you spent your original money on.
How so?
Because all of a sudden it's pulling in air through the ridge vents. Every time that thing kicks on, it's just pulling wherever it can pull
Changes
in.
where the air is coming from.
Yeah, because you want it to be really slow and methodical from the bottom to the top.
Okay.
They do have hip vents. If you got a lot of hip on that and a little ridge on top. If you want to talk to your roofer about that, Ideal Roofing is who I would tell you to talk to about it. But because you don't have a lot of ridge vent, if you want to do a solar vent, that's fine, but make sure you have plenty of soffit to feed it.
Nothing worse than an unfed ridge.
Unfed? Yeah, it's called a negative pressure vacuum. You can't feed it. It's not going to move anything.
That's not good.
No.
I've heard Jim talk about the fact that when you put from Ideal Roofing, that put too many kinds of vents, but it's like punching a hole in your straw, and nothing's going to really work.
Yeah, it's going all over the place. It's not doing what it's supposed to do.
And the point of it is not to cool the attic; it's to take the moisture out of the attic.
That's right.
Is that what you're saying?
That's right. So as the hot air rises, hot air holds more water, and so it's like a sponge. It's pulling all the water molecules into it, and eventually releasing it to the outside. And that way, your insulation stays dry, and your R value stays as high as it's supposed to be.
And everything works well. Mm-hmm. That's the way it should be. It's why we have the Ask Tom button. Just go to HomeShowRadio.com and click on the Ask Tom button. You find it right in the middle of the homepage. Fill it out, send it in,
Ding.
and we'll answer it in one of these videos.